Hosted by Matt Richards. $1 trillion tickers. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickers. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickers. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Richards. Happy Monday. The market is closed, and what a day it's been. The Fear and Greed Index jumped to 41 from 34 on Friday. We're still in greed though. We're still in fear. We are not in greed. We are almost in neutral. That is a major improvement in sentiment. The market had a very bullish session today after the U.S Iran peace deal helped push oil lower, calm inflation fears, and bring back risk appetite into the market. SpaceX was the leader of the $1 trillion ticker family, up 19.6%. Micron surged, Meta rallied, TSM pushed higher, Nvidia stayed strong, and almost every $1 trillion ticker finished green except Eli Lilly. This was a risk-on day. This was a technology-led day. And this was a reminder that when fear starts to unwind, the strongest names in the game can move fast. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you could use this show as a foundation. Let's get into the mindset with our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, now let's get into the data. Let's start with the overall market. Today was a major bullish session. SPY was up 1.7%. The Dow Jones was up almost 1%. The NASDAQ was up over 3%. And the Russell was up 0.7%. The reason was clear. The markets responded to the U.S Iran peace deal, which brought lower inflation and lower oil prices. When oil drops, inflation fears calm down. When inflation fears calm down, yields can ease. And when yields stop pressuring the market, technology and growth stocks can breathe. The VIX closed at 16.21. That's a big improvement from the fear spike we saw last week. The 10-year Treasury yield closed at 4.47%. Gold is around $4,300 an ounce. Bitcoin is back to 66,000. Now let's get to the $1 trillion ticker family. SpaceX was the leader, up 19.6% on the day. SpaceX actually jumped in front of many companies and is now sitting around number 6 in the $1 trillion ticker lineup. Just incredible. Just incredible. It is now below Amazon and above TSM with a market cap of over $2.5 trillion. Today it added $433 billion in market cap. That is the second largest one-day market cap gain ever recorded by a U.S. company. That is historic. The top 5 $1 trillion tickers, after SpaceX, it was Micron up 10.8%. Meta up 4.6%, TSM up 4.1%, Nvidia up 3.5%. All right. The DRAM memory ETF hit an all-time high, up 9.3%. AMD hit an all-time high, around $558. The PHLX semiconductor closed at an all-time high. That confirms what we've been talking about on this show. AI infrastructure, memory, chips, and data center demand are still leading the market. Now let's get to the sectors. Technology was up 3.7%. Consumer discretionary followed up 1.6%. Industrials up 1.4%. And the biggest laggard was energy, down 3.4%. That makes sense. Oil dropped after the peace deal, so energy sold off. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's daily law for today. Title: The Art of Presence and Absence. Today's law is about timing, restraint, and knowing when to show up. Robert Greene says if you are too present and too familiar, you can become ordinary. But if you're too absent, people cannot connect with you. The power is in the balance. Show up with intention. Step back with control. Speak when it matters. And do not over-explain every move. That connects directly to the market. There are days when the best move is to be active, and there are days when the best move is to wait. Today, the market showed up. Buyers came in strong. Technology showed leadership. Semiconductors confirmed strength. SpaceX exploded higher. But even on a bullish day, traders still have to know when to not overdo it. A strong day does not mean chase everything. A strong day means respect the move, watch the levels, and prepare for the next setup. Presence is knowing when to act. Absence is knowing when to wait. Execution over emotion. Process over prediction. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. Now let's get on these charts, y'all. All right, first up we got Nvidia. Closed today up 3.5% at 212.45. It's a little down here in the aftermarket, but a wonderful day for Nvidia. Next up we got TSM. Oh, this is not in the right order. Let me change this order right quick. Excuse me, quick break. We got Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, SpaceX, TSM AVGO, Tesla, MU Meta. There we go. All right. Next up, we got Google. Google finished up 2.6%, closing at $369. Apple closed up 1.8%, closed at $296. Microsoft up 2.3% on the day, closed at $399. Amazon up over 3% today, closed at $246. SpaceX up 19.6%, closed at $192.50. But if you look at this aftermarket move, it hit 202 already, y'all. This is just incredible. This is just incredible what SpaceX is doing and how it is moving ahead of these $1 trillion tickers so quickly. Just an incredible run here already. Next, we got TSM up 4.1% on the day, closed at 441. Next, we got AVGO up 3.1% on the day, closed at 393. Tesla closed up 1.1%, closed at $411. MU up 10.8% on the day, closing at $1,087. Meta up 4.6% on the day, closed at 593. Berkshire B up 1.2%, closed at 495. And Eli Lilly, our only red ticker, closed down 0.3% at $1,129. All right, let's get into the news now. While I read the news, let's put the heat map on here. There's our heat map. All right, let's get into some news. SK Hynix is considering a U.S. share listing on the NASDAQ. SK Hynix is very close to being a $1 trillion ticker. It has came on and came off the $1 trillion ticker list before, so I'm sure if it does end up going on the NASDAQ, then it'll become permanent as a $1 trillion ticker. This happened yesterday. Elon became the first trillionaire. Yes, it happened. And we got some crazy numbers later. Some other news. Next up, the Trump administration decision to halt all foreign use of Anthropic's most capable AI models was prompted by conversations between Amazon CEO Andy Jassy. Researchers at Amazon had used a series of prompts to get Anthropic's Fable 5 model to provide them with information that could be used to aid cyber attacks and was supposed to be off limits. Shortly afterward, the White House officials held a meeting to discuss how to respond. The officials asked Anthropic to fix the vulnerabilities or take the model down. Interesting. Okay, so SpaceX was the biggest IPO in history. It had raised $75 billion in capital. The second largest was Saudi Aramco. It raised $26 billion. Alibaba, third, raised $22 billion. SoftBank raised $21 billion. Meta was number 5, raising $16 billion. So SpaceX is making so much history already. Next, there are now 40 different ETFs with direct exposure to SpaceX. And the company just went public. Another historic feat by SpaceX. That's probably why it was running, because it was all these ETFs that had to buy shares. Next, yes, SpaceX passed TSM as the 6th largest company in the world. And I think it's coming for Amazon next. Okay, next. The school district in Louisiana says some of its teachers will receive bonuses of more than $50,000 this year, thanks to increased tax revenue linked to a Meta data center. Wow, that's incredible. Shout out to them teachers, man. That is wow. 50,000? That is a monster bonus, y'all. Alright, next. At least for regular people with 9 to 5s. Alright. Vanguard is now the biggest ETF issuer in the United States, overtaking BlackRock. So, Vanguard has $4.39 trillion in assets across 116 ETFs, passing up BlackRock that has $4.36 trillion. Vanguard recently had $13 billion in inflows into their ETFs, including its S&P 500 tracker VOO, surpassing $1 trillion. This ended BlackRock's 20-year dominance in the $15.2 trillion U.S. ETF market. Vanguard's client-owned structure and ultra-low fees have steadily gained market share since the mid-2000s, reflecting long-term investor preference for cost-efficient, passive investing. And they did those stock splits as well, so now you could get some great ETFs on discount, big discount. Let me actually pull that up right quick. The Vanguard stock splits. Now you can get VGT for $120. You can get VUG for $87, VOOG for $83, and MGK for $89. Now, what are those? VGT is the Vanguard Technology ETF. VUG is the Vanguard Growth ETF. VOOG is the Vanguard S&P 500 Growth ETF. And MGK is the Vanguard Mega Cap Growth ETF. So 3 out of 4 of these are less than $100 per share. And you don't have to pick an individual ticker. You don't have to pick an individual stock. Just let Vanguard pick it for you. Pay them low fees and enjoy the gains. All right, next is from Uncle Charles. He said, we must elevate our thinking, values, and standards to elevate our lives. Preach, brother, preach. Next up, SanDisk will go down as one of the greatest momentum runs of all time. This is from TrendSpider. From $50 a share to over $2,000 a share in over 9 months. Just a parabolic move. I remember when Nvidia went parabolic like that. Now it's SanDisk's turn. Who's next? So if you put 10,000 in SanDisk a year ago, you will have 379,000. Oh my God. From 10,000 to 379,000. Just incredible. If you put 10,000 in MU last year, you'll have 76,700. Intel, a year ago, if you put 10,000, you have 54,000. Man, you just gotta be in the markets so you can even know what's possible. If you wasn't following the market, you wouldn't even know that these type of gains were even possible. They wouldn't even be in your realm of reality. But because we follow the markets, we know what's possible. And we know this is where we need to be. All right, next. This is from the Wall Street Journal. It says, AI-powered pets and assistants are hitting the market. The cute ones come with a surprising risk. Let's see. This is an article on new AI home robots, like the familiar from Roomba, co-founder Colin Angle, Sony Ibos, and therapeutic Paro Seal, designed as cute, furry companions that use AI to react emotionally and form intimate bonds. Interesting. All right. We'll be back tomorrow in the pre-market.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? become the smartest person in the room? Have you mastered it?
Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Shout out to everybody on YouTube Live.